I invite Maggie to come and give us a minute for stewardship.
Good morning. Last Sunday, and Sharon, it's always amazing to me how messages come together. So many of the ideas that I put down on paper to bring to you this morning, Sharon also conveyed to you. So if there's a little similarity, look at it as God speaking. Last Sunday, Tim Moran provided a very interesting and informative history lesson about Fort Street. Tim shared with us the many changes that have taken place during our 100 years plus existence. These changes were due to different leadership styles and personalities, some due to the economic climate at the time, and more importantly, due to the vision of the leadership of the church and to the needs of the community as a whole. These same factors continue to affect our church today. I come to you this morning with a message of hope and with the goal of touching your heart as we look to the future of this church. When I came to Fort Street, it was shortly after the death of Mark Keeley. The church was still in mourning of his loss, and there was great uncertainty for the future, but with God in control, we survived. Finally, after 3 years, we had a new pastor. At that time, I was serving as a deacon, and it was a very difficult time for the church, its members, the pastor, and for me personally. I completed my responsibilities as deacon, but I didn't attend services regularly. I started looking for another church home. But after a year of searching, God was tapping on my shoulder. I realized how much I missed attending Fort Street, the friends that I had made over the past few years while attending Fort Street. But most importantly, I felt God's hand on my shoulder. After a few months of my return back to Fort Street, I was asked to serve as a deacon or as a session member. Again, God was tapping on my shoulder, calling me and guiding me. He was saying, I need you. The church needs you. The community needs you. So here I am. I've taken on this position as one of your elders, and I take my responsibilities to you very seriously, to God and to our community. I pray for his guidance every day of my life. With every turn, I see God leading our session, providing a way, providing blessings beyond comprehension, and making connections for us. It is my belief that he will continue to do so. Instead of looking back at what we refer to as the good old days, we look forward to what will be. We ask that you do the same. I would like to quote a phrase often used by one of my favorite speakers. The rear view mirror on a car is very small in comparison to the large windshield. The rear view mirror provides us with the opportunity to see where we have been, and in order to move forward, we must stay focused. We need to look through the large windshield and window before us in order to proceed to our destination. It's good to glance back every once in a while to see where we've been, how far we've come, and to focus on the past instead of the future would be destructive and non-productive. Today I ask that you look into your heart and listen to God. Protect yourself from negativity and fear. What talents do you have that could benefit others? There are so many who desperately need your gifts and your talents. The members of session, the deacons, the church family, and the community around us need you. Please do not be one of those who only look in the rearview mirror of fear and negativity. Please come and be part of the solution, part of the future of this church. God will guide you and bless you more than you can even imagine. At a recent session retreat, it was apparent that God was present in guiding us as we set new goals for the upcoming year. Something supernatural happened that day. Those of you who were in attendance can understand what I'm talking about here. As we asked for God's guidance and direction, the excitement, the enthusiasm, and the ideas just began to flow. It was very obvious that He was guiding us. We began looking outside of the box, not focusing on how we could get new members into this church, but focused on partnerships with other organizations and to provide for the needs of the community, both here in the church and in the Detroit metro area and community as well. Our theme for the day was, what would Jesus do? We reviewed the recent survey results that you were asked to participate in. Your suggestions and information were very useful, and we thank you for participating. In the upcoming year, you will begin to see many new programs and changes as a result of your input. We would like to share with you 4 new projects that we are focusing on in the upcoming year. First, we are going to establish a grief support group, providing support and comfort for those who have lost a friend, a partner, and/or family member through death. Tom Edwards will be chairing that committee. An international college student extended family program. Fort Street has much to offer these students. The feeling of aloneness is one of our main concerns. We can grow and learn from these students and become part of their family away from home. Kalu is one of the chair people for that committee. The Catherine Ferguson Academy, children having children. These young mothers need so much help. They need life skills, a place to feel loved and safe. We have so much to offer here. This is a chance to make a difference in the life of a young mother and of her child. Could you help us with this? There are many of you with many skills, talents, and many of you are mothers, so you know what tasks and skills are needed from that perspective. As Reverend Sharon mentioned, the Ruth Ellis Center is another goal and project for us. We are looking forward to reaching out and partnering with this organization, which deals with the LGBT youth of Detroit and the metropolitan Detroit areas. The center has 2 locations, one a drop-in location, which Sharon described to you, and also they have a group home, which are more of the foster children who have aged out of the foster system. And I will be chairing that group. I know firsthand what it's like. My daughter is gay, and I know the feelings that I had, the uncertainties, the questions that I had. I needed help. So I want to reach out and help others. And ultimately, the goal would be to get these kids back in their homes and reunite them with their families. In closing, I would like to share the words of one of my favorite hymns with you, as they hold more meaning to me today and in my daily life than ever before. I ask that you consider the message of the song as we move forward together to do God's work. Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, if you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. Thank you.